Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third video in the series for our demonstration of understanding in the Gaining a Skill Set playlist. Now, this video is going to go over the last two sections because they're relatively short and compared together. And I want to keep this as your kind of last thing that you're doing as you're working through the assignment. So we need to apply one more skill that we were learning as part of the playlist, which was how to find a research study. So what you're going to be doing is you've figured out your design a study. Now, what I want you to take your time is try to find some type of study that's related, some research study, peer-reviewed article that is related to the design of study you created for your mock site. So if you were studying, I don't know, if you're studying soil type, see if you can try to find a nice research study that focuses on elevation focused on your organism because one, we want to try to be proactive. So this is hopefully a research study you're going to find right now that's going to help you in your biodiversity project. So if you've already got your organism figured out, arthropods, woody plants, or birds, try to find a study that relates to that organism. So if you're studying soil type, try to find something on soil type's impact of woody plants if you're studying woody plants associated with that. And then what you're going to do is provide a short little summary of the article, couple of sentences, include the search that you use to find it, and don't forget to provide citations for whatever article that you provided. And that's all that you need to do in terms of locating a good scientific article. And hopefully if you find a good one, that'll help you in terms of your biodiversity project. The last thing is formatting and finalizing. I guess it provides you background information. Formatting and finalizing. So in terms of formatting, there's quite a bit of rules that you need to follow. So I would go ahead and type up the document, get all your information, and then follow these rules to format it so that it is perfect for submission. When you turn in your draft, you don't have to format it, or for review, that's okay. But if you want to, feel free to. So in terms of formatting, ensure that you're only using third person. So we try not to say like, a lot of students like to say, the researchers did this. We try to say like, the results found that blah, 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 blah. We're not trying to say we, we're not trying to say our, we're not trying to say the researchers. We want to remove all those terms because that's not how we write in science. So ensure that you're recalling that. Now, the second piece is we normally write in past tense. And all of your items for this assignment and for your next assignment, you can write in past tense as if you've already done it. That's totally fine because by the end, you would have done it. Record all measurements to the hundredths place. You don't have to worry about sig fig, that's okay. Just record them to hundredths place because it depends where you get your data. 12-point font, New Roman. Use complete sentences, which can be difficult for some students. Don't do bullet points. All complete sentences. They don't have to be anything fluffy per se. Do, of course, have some flow to them, but they don't need to be fluffy. This is science. We try to get to the point because that's what we're here for. Don't forget to include parenthetical in-text citations and a reference page. Now, I think what I'm actually going to have you do, I'm going to change this item right now, and I'll let you know in class too, is it's easier for me if you use footnotes. So wherever you need to include a citation, just add a footnote of like one, and you list your footnotes in order because then it provides me the references in the order that they are referenced. Everything should have a reference that needs to. So if you got the data outside, if it's not data that you know, it needs to be referenced. And don't reference me. You can reference your items. So the topographic maps, the field guides, all those items that you're using to fill in the data, Google Maps, those need to be referenced because that's where you're getting that information from. Ensure that the sections are in the same order as we see on the next slide here in just a second. Note that introduction, site description, research plan, they're just headers. They're just there to provide some structure to the document. And you can see that in the example from that first slide if you want to check that out again. And I provided extra formatting for each of the sections. So if you look at the layout, this is what it should look like. You should have your introduction heading, your purpose as a heading, and then the text, hypothesis, heading, text, site description, heading, text, and then list all your subheadings, and so on and so forth. And ensure that you include an appendix that provides proof of that collection. So your topographic map that you use, the geologic map that you use, and evidence that you calculated the size of your particular area. So just screenshots of those items are fine. They don't need to be neat or anything. They're just there for me to know that you did it and for me to grade it more efficiently. Okay, so that should be the plan for you as you're moving through it. Um, if you have any questions, of course, stop me. This is our last video in the series. So good luck. And don't forget to request a review if you'd like me to check it out. But thanks for tuning in.